Hi everyone, it's Chanel from Complex Simplicity, and I wanted to do a quick little vlog. And I tried to think of a creative topic to cover, and I thought of some unique questions that people would probably want to know about me that may not know. This is just kind of a way for me to get to know my readers and my loyal followers. So I went online and I was able to score a few questions. So the first question is, what was your upbringing like? Well, I've been pretty vocal on my website. My upbringing, I say that I had a very good childhood. I was raised in a two-parent household with my mom and dad, who are still married to this day. They recently made 30 years. And I grew up in a Christian household, and so we were definitely very family-oriented, God-fearing family. I felt that I had the ability to speak to my parents about anything pretty much. I grew up with a brother who I'm also close to, and I feel like I had a pretty good childhood. I'm always thankful for my upbringing and my parents, and I've been pretty vocal about that. Question number 2 is, if you had to describe yourself in 5 words, what would they be? I think I would describe myself as caring, loving, loyal, expressive. So it's caring, loving, loyal, expressive, and unapologetically me. I think that's how I describe myself in 5 words. That one was kind of hard. The third question is, what accomplishments are you most proud of and why? I'm proud of the woman that I've become and who I'm continuing to become. I'm proud that I graduated college with a bachelor's degree. I'm proud that I'm a wife now. I'm proud that I'm a Christian. I'm proud that I can drive. That may seem like, why? But you don't understand. Driving is a serious skill out here. And there are a lot of people who shy away from driving out of fear. And I'm just glad that it's a skill that I learned. And my dad taught me how to drive years ago. And it's something that I do every day. And I would not be able to get from home to work if I didn't know how to drive. Let me see. Question number 4. I know I keep changing the angle, sorry. If you weren't working in the job you have now, what would you do? I ask myself this question every day. If I wasn't doing what I'm doing in the social work field, I can see myself working at my own fashion boutique store. I love fashion, another part of my website. I love styling, and I love when certain things catch my eye and putting looks together. So I can see myself being the buyer for my own fashion boutique and picking cool finds, unique things, fashionable, sophisticated, trendy, all that type of stuff. The other side of me can actually see me being a psychologist, which was always my life dream. I feel like I've lost sight of that. And now the thought of going to school for the next 6-7 years of my life is very not what I want to do right now. But a part of me feels like that is a big part of my purpose. So I can also see myself maybe when I'm in my 40s, 50s being like a clinical psychologist. So yeah, I can also see myself being a mama one day. The most important job of them all. What's on your bucket list? This is a good one. I feel like I would love to travel to like Bora Bora. I would love to drive like a racing car. I know that some people that know me would be like, what? Girl, you're like a horrible passenger. You're always scared and nervous when somebody's driving. But I'm coming out of that. I was in a very bad car accident a few years ago. That wasn't my fault, and it was like almost life-threatening. So for me, it took me a while. I definitely believe I had PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and it took me a while to work through that and get back behind the wheel. But like I said, I drive all the time. I live in my car, and a part of me could see myself like on the racetrack. Now, I may not be going 150 miles an hour, but I can kind of, something on my bucket list. Skydiving, I'd be scared as all heck to do that, but I could only imagine the rush that would give Jumping out of a plane with the one that you love. That's trust for that behind. Let me take another question or two. What are your top favorite books of all time? In high school, I went to Mount Vernon High School. Shout out to MVHS. Whoop, whoop. And in my English class, 11th grade year, we read a lot of great books. The teacher, I think it was Miss Maravich, she had us reading books that were on Oprah Winfrey's book club. And one of the books was The Rapture of Canaan. I loved that book. So that's like one of my all-time favorites. Don't get me wrong, this may sound crazy, but I also enjoyed reading a lot of Wendy Williams books and a lot of Tori Spelling's books as well. They both have autobiographies. So Wendy's Got the Heat. I love that book. Learned a lot. She lived some kind of life, man. What are your top fears? I'm fearful, terrified. I think I have a phobia of snakes. That is like, oh my goodness. And another fear that I have is going to the doctor for like an annual checkup and finding out that you have like a deadly disease. Those are like my two fears in life. Is there any more? Which of your parents are you most like? To be honest with you, I'm a lot like my mom in terms of the way that she thinks and assesses life and musical interests. But I also have a lot of my dad in me, like my demeanor, my real laid backness. My mom's laid back too though. But I have a lot of my dad in me. I think the real soft, caring, politically correct side I get from my dad. So I feel like you could split me in half. I have a lot of attributes of my mom, which are amazing and great. And I have a lot of qualities of my dad, which are amazing and great. And I feel like I look like both of them as well. So I'm like representing both parents. Maybe one more for the road. If you were an animal, what would you be? I always think if I was an animal, I would be something furry and cute. Like a cat or a chipmunk or something like that. I like how cats are very keen, they're swift, they're wise, they're agile, they're a little sneaky too. I'm like infatuated by cats. And it's funny, I used to always have this theory that us as humans all resemble an animal, and the animal that I would always give myself was like a chipmunk. Furry and cute, that's me. But anyway, maybe I will do another part 2 of this, but I think that's pretty cool, just so you guys can get to know me a little bit more. Once again, continue to head to the website, complexsimplicity.webly.com. Complexsimplicity.webly.com. Good night, y'all.